Hello and welcome back all of you my dear students to our another video. Now in all the previous videos we have done a lot of things about the population, right? We have seen about what are the factors affecting the distribution of population in the very previous video. So regarding to this distribution of population, there is the next term that today we are going to learn, which is the population density. Now you might have heard about this word density, right, in your physics or let's say chemistry. So what is the meaning of this word? Let's see. There is a particular area of an object, like in your physics. First of all, we will see the definition by your physics subject. So the number of particles inside a particular unit area, right, will determine what is the density of that particular object. So what we can say, the more number of particles in a particular area will give us more density. That means we will say it is solid, this is liquid in which the number of particles is less, and this is gaseous, right? Gaseous material or matter. The same way it is regarding to the population. So density of population is just as the same. It is the number of people that are living in a particular area. Okay, number of people that are living in a particular area. So that is what we can say. Now here you can see we say that this is solid, liquid and gas in the terms of physics or science. But in terms of geography and very specifically in terms of population, we will say this particular thing is called as urban region and the density of population is very high. This is called as a suburban region. Okay, suburb. I hope you remember whatever we have studied in the land use and that particular chapter. Okay, I told you about suburbs, urban areas and rural areas. So you can see by this particular thing that all this population, how it is kind of divided or distributed between the different regions of the countries. So we will just take an example first of all. Before that I will give you the example, the formula of how do we calculate the density of a particular region. So the formula goes like this. Density of population is equal to the number of people living inside that region divided by the area of the region. Okay, so the formula goes like the number of people that are living inside that particular region divided by the area of that region. So let's take an example of different countries and let's see what is the density of population in all those countries. So we will take an example of three countries, three well-known countries, that is India, America and Japan. So let's first of all write over here the names of the countries: India, America or USA and Japan. Now what we are going to do over here, we will write first of all how many people or what is the population is of these different countries. Okay, so how many people are living in this country is termed as the population of that particular country. Then the area of the land of that particular country, and the density is what we have to calculate. So let's go right into it. Now, the population of India is about 136 million people. So, not 136 million, 136 crores. So first of all, we have to transfer this crores into millions, because you see area will be in square kilometers, and square kilometer, million square kilometers is the unit of area that we are going to learn here. So first of all, 1360 million people are living in this particular country, that is our India. So even if it is 136 crore, if you want to convert it into million, we will just put 10 on that particular thing. Then the people that are living in America are about 32 crores. It means 320 million, right? And the people that are living in Japan are about 12 crores. So we will say 120 million people are living in Japan. Then area. Now the area of our country is about 3.287 million kilometer square. Okay, 3.287 million square kilometer. Then the area of America is about 9.834 million kilometer square. Okay, and the area of Japan is about 0.377 million kilometer square. So now what basically we have to do, as I told you, the number of people that are living in a region divided by this number. So just take up your calculator and tell me what are the particular density of this particular country. So just pause this thing for a few minutes and just do the calculation on your own first of all, and then resume the video. Now if you have done the particular thing that I told you, okay, the calculation of this density and population and area, you might have figured out the density of India is 413. Then the density of America is 32, and the density of Japan is 400. Now, how these numbers are so different? Like you see, even India is a very huge country in front of Japan. Okay, Japan is just a tiny like island and all these things. Still, the numbers are very close. And America you might have seen on the map how big it is, but still how less the number is. So you see, population density is nothing but this is, as I told you, how many people are living in one particular area. Now by this thing we have done, what we have done is that how many people are living in 1 square kilometer of area of the entire country. Okay, 1 square kilometer. If we take an area of 1 square kilometer, we can see this many people are living in this particular country. So that is why you see America is, even if there are 320 million people, the area of the country is very huge. You can see here area of America, the land area I am talking about, it is almost 3 times that of our country. So you can see 3 times is the area. And again you can see Japan, how much it is less. So that is how you see it is impacted due to all these things. So even if there are 120 million people living in Japan, but the square kilometer that they have, the land area is very less. That is why you see the density is more. So how many people are saturated in that particular place is what this density of population. So what is the impact of this density population on the life of people? That is what we will learn now. So what happens if there are a lot of people in a particular small area? The impact will be the stress on the resources that are available in that particular region. Like you see, the more people that are living over there, they will demand a lot of resources for their day-to-day life, and this demand and increase in the demand due to the increase in population will lead to the exploitation of natural resources. So there will be a lot of stress on this resource so that it could provide all these facilities to these different humans that are living in that place. So that is why it is recommended that the population density should be adequate so that all the people will have all the resources that they want. Now you see, in India, a lot of people are not getting a particular type of facilities. Why don't they get? It is because, like you see, there are rich people and there are poor people. So what is the difference between both of them? Rich people have the access to a lot of resources and with very efficient manner, but the poor people don't have this particular thing. So what happens is that due to this density population, this distribution of the resources is affected due to all these things. So that is why you see the countries which are having less population are very prosperous. They are having good amount of capital to each person, right? So there is the poverty level in such countries is less as compared to the poverty level of the countries in which the population is high. Okay, population density is high in such regions. So that is why you see this density impacts the natural resources and the stress on those resources to facilitate all these particular people that are living in all these areas. Now let's look at what if I have a large amount of people. Okay, I have a large amount of people and I have a small amount of people in my area. Okay, the population is large and the population is small. How does it link to the development of a country? Okay, as we are talking a lot about this development, and the main purpose of this topic is the development of a nation. So what among both of these will give the good amount of development to a particular nation? So you see, not always a large population means good development or higher rate of development, and not always small population means less development. So what we are going to learn now is how the large population could impact the development and how the small number of people can impact the development. Now you might have heard a lot about these things, that quantity and quality. Okay, quantity and, or we can say, versus quality. So you see, sometimes quality is really essential in determining the development of the country, and sometimes the quantity is essential. But you see, quantity doesn't always make sure that a country will develop, and quality but lack of quantity also doesn't make sure that a country will develop. So what we have to do, we have to also build both of these simultaneously. Like you see, we don't want 1,000 people in a particular region who know nothing about the life and the business, and they have no education. Such people cannot develop a nation. And if there are 1,000 people of high quality, right, then what we can say, this particular people who have got education and all these things, they can help the development of our nation. So that is why you see the emphasis is more on what we call as quality. Now how do we get the quality? We will get the quality by looking at the structure of population. Okay, so now what is this term structure of population? This is what we will be learning in our next video. So in this structure, as I told you, what are the different qualities that we require in the population so that they could help the development of nation. That is what we will be learning in our next video. So that's all for today's video, and until next,